Alright, so today we'll be learning how to find a given term for a sequence. That was what that beginning activity was. So instead of having to monotonously go through each individual term in the sequence, we'll be learning how to just be able to find the number that that term is. So this equation right there is super important. That is how you can find any term for any arithmetic sequence. So first things first is that a sub n. All that is what you'll be asked to find. So if it asks you to find the 50th term, the 75th term, that is all that will be, or that is all that you'll be asked to find. So say the 50th term is 103. That's all that represents. A sub n just represents what your final answer is going to be. Okay. Now, the next part is that a sub 1. A sub 1, that just means your starting point for your sequence. So that is the first number in any sequence that you have. So, pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? First term. All right, so next part, that plus n minus 1, the n stands for the term number. So if they asked you to find the 10th term, 20th term, 30th term, whatever number they ask you to find, that is what you plug in for n there. And then the last letter, d, that stands for the common difference. That's why I had d equals -6, -0.07, things like that. So, if you ever get an arithmetic sequence, all you have to do is find the first term and the common difference right off the bat. That's all you have to find first thing. So, for this first sequence there, our first term is what?
5.
5, yep. 5 is our first term, so we would write down a sub 1 equals 5. And then our common difference is what? As we're going from 5 to 3.8, what are we doing? Minus 1.2. So then we would write d equals -1.2. Does d stand for what again? Common difference, right? So when you are writing problems, it would probably be real helpful to just write the general form of our rule that a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So once you have that first part written, all you have to do is just substitute each letter in for the value you used. So for this first one, a sub 1 is right there, and we found it was 5, right? So all we do is substitute that in for 5, for a sub 1. And then the same thing goes for d. d is right there, and we found that the common difference was -1.2, so we just substituted in right there. So, does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, good. Now, after we found our starting point and our common difference, now is when we plug in the number or term that they want us to find. So for this one, they wanted us to find the 50th term. Now we just substitute what in for 50? Or in for n, excuse me. 50, right. We substitute 50 in for n. So now we should get an equation that says a sub 50 equals 5 plus 50 minus 1 times -1.2. Why is this a sub 50 instead of a sub n like it was in the general rule?
Because a sub number term.
It's what?
A sub n, then n means number term, so a means any number, so it's any number of 50. Or any number of, or a of term number. So
I think I get what you're saying, that since this n was 50, that n has to become 50, right? Is that what you're getting at? Okay, that's exactly right. Since we're finding the 50th term, we change this to a sub 50, and that stands for the 50th term of this arithmetic sequence equals whatever number we get. So if we multiply, or first off, what's 51 minus 1? 49, get that there. Then we do what next? Multiply by negative 1.2, and what is that? Negative 58.8, so yep, that's what they got right there. And the last thing we do is add 5, right? And our answer is negative 53.8. So what did we just find there? We just found the 50th term of this arithmetic sequence. Instead of having to go through each individual number, like say the next one was 0.2, and the next one is, what is it? Negative 1. We, instead of monotonously going through each individual term, like we found this one, okay, after that it's this one, after that it's this one. We skipped all that work, and we still got the right answer. So, now on to number 7. It says use the first term and the common difference to write the rule for each arithmetic sequence. So number 7, the arithmetic sequence with first term a sub 1 equals 10, and the common difference is 4. So what would the rule look like for that one?